let me get this all set up for us. I'm sending you an email in just a second with this YouTube link and a whole bunch of stuff. I actually do the session ahead of time for everybody the morning of the session, and then I do a short 5-minute video and a little PDF that has some of the cliff notes. So let me, so look for that in a second. I'm going to go ahead and save this in our group. Yep. And let's see, where else does it go? Monthly sessions. Yep. Okay, that should do it. Now we're going to go ahead and share that in the email. Okay. Send that there. Good. This is going to be good. Going to be good. Okay. I'm going to give you the shortcut to matrix energetics. I put a video out for you guys that was a really cool thing that I did with a guy on a podcast a week or two ago. And I didn't expect it to go this way, but we turned it into a full-on matrix energetic session. And he had quite a shift with his golf swing instantly. And I'm going to show you how we do that. Okay, this is going now. Okay, so that looks like it's going. So you'll have an email in just a second. Everything looks good there. Let's make sure this went through. Yep, we're good there. Excellent. There's somebody actually watching on YouTube. There's our Zoom. And clear out all these windows, clear out all distractions. Okay, and I'm going to put everybody over that's joining live into the panelist position so that we can all see each other. I think I can do this in an easier way where we make it a meeting and everybody's already on. But I've been doing it this way for years, so we're going to just get everybody over there. I'm going to give you the secret to matrix energetics in just a second. All right, Snow and Haven and Tessa. Everybody's here. Walter, you guys are awesome. I mean, it's Sunday and you're here, you're committed to doing this stuff and healing things. And it's like, not everybody shows up, you know, not everybody shows up. So I want to commend you for taking the chance and going for it and showing up. It's really big. Okay, and you can click stop video if you want, or you can. All right, Tessa and Leah. All right, so yeah, I did a really cool. I've got my new microphone. I hope does it sound pretty good? You can hear me? Okay. So let's see how my hair is looking. Not bad. Okay, so yeah, I was on a podcast with this guy, Justin Mark. He has a really cool way of helping entrepreneurs learn how to sell. And so I somehow found him on Facebook, and I was on his podcast, and he said, "So what about the skeptics, Ralph? You know," and he hadn't experienced the stuff, you know, the magic, the matrix stuff yet. And I said, well, I actually think that's important to be somewhat skeptical, like to test something and see, did something work? And so, you know, I always like us to test things that are physical. So I had him test his range of motion, and you can test yourself now, just kind of check in on your body. We all have a body. And so it's really cool just to kind of see how the body's working. Let's see how my shoulder's doing. It's getting better. And you can even walk around a little bit and see how your feet feel. You know, just remember how you felt before this session, because in a little bit, then you can retest and see what's different. So that if your shoulder goes from here to here, is the example I tend to give. You know, if it's here in the beginning and then it goes to here, we know something changed, and we just don't know everything else that changed. So, you know, and by that I mean, are your finances different? Is your relationships, are they different? Is something different? And I say that because of experience. You know, people are different after this stuff. So I had this guy on, and he tested his golf swing. And so then we did this technique, this thing that I do with my little Yoda guy here. And I said, okay, go ahead and recheck it. And he looked startled, like, already? Like it was a 1 minute thing. And he went and he said, his words were, "I'm strangely more confident," was he walked up to do his golf swing. And he took this really beautiful swing that was way better than just a few seconds before when he had it he was stiff. And he came running to the camera and he was like, "Whoa, what was that?" And so, I told him, that possibly the laws of the rules of the universe are more like suggestions. These are things that are talked about in matrix energetics. And then we have these experiences where stuff can change really fast. So we had a great time. And so I'm gonna do a matrix energetics 2 point, and I'm gonna have my friend let's see, where is oh, there's Jeffrey. All right, Jeffrey, dude. So I'm gonna bring all the matrix people in, and we're gonna do what's called a simple it's a 2 point. And so the secret of matrix energetics is I feel, Kim Burnham was the one that told me to take matrix in the beginning. She said, just take it because it's mind-blowing fun. And she had taught me many of my 110 classes, now 111, of integrated manual therapy, this very specific way of finding and fixing things in the physical body. And so she was one of my teachers, and she was my friend. And then somehow we connected, and in a way, and it turned into, do you want to come work in my office in San Diego 2 weeks, every 3 months, 2 weeks. So she would stay with me and Jen, and then we'd walk to the office, and she would work on people all day long. And then she'd come home to our house, and if she was awake, she was teaching. So she was always around, and she told us, just take matrix energetics. And she there goes a bunch of messages. And she would come in, and we'd see, we were used to seeing miracles in our office, lots of chronic illnesses going away, lots of stuff if we get our hands on people. And I still love working hands-on, like putting my hands on people, because I know if I just have enough time with all the stuff we have, we can help people heal very chronic illnesses. And so there we were. We had 4 tables in the big room and 2 tables in the private rooms. And Kim used to work at one table, and forgot what I was going to say. But basically, she used to tell us there's only one technique in matrix energetics, and that's trust. And it's like, okay. And so we're going to do this 2 point, me and Jeffrey and anyone else that wants to join us, and you can play along, and I'll deputize you all. Okay, so let's just do it. So we're going to take one hand on one part of your body, let's say, and one hand on another part, and we're going to let go. And what you can do is just retest. And it's like, are you different somehow already? So you can recheck your shoulders and your body and walk around and just kind of get a little sense of, is something different already? And it might be like, I don't know, maybe not. Yeah. And I'd love to hear in the chat if something's already different. And so one of the secrets of Matrix, if you ever take a Matrix Energetics class, it's really weird. He doesn't teach them anymore, Richard Bartlett, but they're really weird. And sometimes you're thinking, like, why did I pay money for this? Because he'll be doing stuff that's like, seems ridiculous. Like he's like slobbering all over himself, and he's rolling around the floor, and he's laughing, and you're like, what is he doing? And then the other practitioners would come in and unpack it, like, okay, well, here's what's going on. And so I'm going to tell one more story, and then we're going to start to just heal stuff up for people with another technology. So Jeffrey and I met many years ago in San Diego taking classes in Matrix Energetics. And then he used to come to our house because we were study group leaders. And so every month we would have people come to the house, and we would work on each other, and we would teach stuff. And it was really magical. So I'm going to, I wonder why I'm talking about that. I'm going to go ahead and let's go here. I'm going to put everything you want right here. And then I'm going to do a 2 point right here. Yeah, I think I'll tell this story. So Matrix Energetics has lots of stories. And so I have a friend, we were at Deception Pass last weekend. I didn't have Wi-Fi for 3 days. We somehow had an Airbnb that didn't have Wi-Fi. And I'm like, I can't work for 3 days. So there I was, 3 days at a farmhouse, horses, all sorts of animals. And then we went to Deception Pass. And my friend who was there visiting us, it was also from Mount Baker area. She had really bad neck and shoulder and chest and jaw pain, and it came out of the blue, and so I don't tend to work on friends or people for free anymore. I found it gets kind of funny, but I just kept feeling, oh come on, it's my really good friend, it's no big deal. I even checked with Jen. She's like, yeah, fine. So I said, hey, you want me to work on you? She's like, okay. So I started to do this and this, and something kind of struck me like, man, her symptoms, jaw, shoulder, chest, kind of heart related stuff, arm stuff. It sounds like the people that have been seeing me that have had the COVID shot. And I knew she hadn't. So I said, did your dad get that shot? And she goes, yeah. And I was like, oh, this isn't even your stuff. And so I saw like that spike protein, that big ball with the little spikes on it, and it turned into a module. And usually modules, I have them in front of the person and we load it up and then we activate it for them. And this one went inside of her chest. It kind of does it on its own. And then it did whatever it did on its own. And then this thought popped in. I saw it when I was a little boy. And there's a thing called the Thunderbirds. They're like Air Force jet fighter pilots, the best of the best. And they would come every year to Del Rio, Texas, where we lived, Laughlin Air Force Base, and we would go watch them do their jet fighter performance. And the last thing, and I'm telling this story, the last thing was the 4 jet pilots would come up like this, and then there would be one that would come through the middle and then spiral like this. Jet fighters doing this. But this guy went like this, and then he started going off to the side, and he crashed. And I told this story, and we're like, he's dead. And then we saw his parachute. So I told this story, and then we rechecked my friend's neck, and it was way better. She still had pain, but her range of motion was way better. And the next day she emailed me and said, Ralph, unexpectedly, it's like totally good. This kind of thing usually takes days to go away. So what was that? So Matrix is all about stories, and there's something that just activated for you guys. So what you might want to do is retest again and just see, are you any different? And just curious, like what's going on. And really, if you want to walk around, take a little time, because we are in magic world. Yeah, so Tessa has greater range of motion in her neck. And so, I could like go and make it make sense. Like, oh, she was worried about her dad, and she was holding on to stuff, and it came in as like symptoms like jaw and neck and shoulder and stuff. And I could make it make sense, sort of, or I could just let it go and trust that because I saw this image of this story from when I was a little kid that I hadn't thought about showed up, that there was some information in there that's really useful. So I'm going to do this for all of us right now. So everything you want. Okay. And I'm definitely getting trust. And so instead of explaining matrix energetics and ideas around physics and all this kind of stuff that possibly is the explanation of why this works so fast, we'll just trust and see what happens. Yeah, because it's just so fun. Okay. So now, there's that. And we'll keep playing in this field. You're in it all the time with me. That's just how it is. What we're going to do now, I want to just go through and see what, because there's other techniques. I'll give you one more experience with Jeffrey. So Jeffrey years ago told me, Ralph, you have to go see this guy, Christian Michelson. He's like business coach. and he's got this healing thing. And so I looked at his stuff online, and it looked really simple. And I was like, yes, very nice, Christian, but I've been doing healing work for a lot of years, and you're just a business coach, and very simple. Nice, nice, nice. And so then there we go along. And then Jeffrey was like, dude, I was in his class, and I saw him do an 1.5-hour presentation, and I counted the people that went back to the back of the room, and he made like $1 million. And I'm like, what? So I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I watched his stuff again, and I'm like, okay, something feels definitely interesting. So then he has a book called Abundance Unleashed or something. I forgot what it's called. And I thought, well, I'm going to buy his book. And this was way back, I think in 2014. And I was still trying to figure out like how to do an online healing business. I'd done it in person for many years, but I was like, how do you turn it into an online thing? And I had this idea that summer before I met Christian to do a group session. So that's how this thing started. I thought, wow, it'd be so cool, because I had people that were saying, I want to work with you, Ralph, but I don't have the money. How about we do a group thing? And we just did it at first over YouTube, and then and now we've got Zoom and all sorts of really cool technology. So I would just send out an email to my email list that was pretty small and say, anybody want in? And for $20, and they would get in. And every month it's been going ever since. And so I was just starting off. That's all I had. And every once in a while somebody would call me, and I'd do a 1-hour session over the phone usually. And so I bought his book, and I just saw a little thing, one of those little boxes you can click that said, hey, do you want the $199 3-day course of this instant miracle experience? And I thought, oh, I want to see how he sells this thing. So I clicked it just to see how he sold it. And instantly it popped up, congratulations, you just bought it. And I'm like, no, I don't have the money. And so I tried to like X out real fast, and it X'd out. And I thought, wow, I think I X'd out. And it ended up in my inbox, but I thought, I don't think it charged my credit card. So later Jen got home, and she's like, yeah, they charge your credit card. So there I was. I thought, well, I'm gonna do it. Hit a 30-day money back guarantee. And so I would wake up every morning at like 5 o'clock, and I would go hook up, and I would do about an hour. And the way we did it was he had this class that he did like years before, and it was a recording of just the class. So there was somebody that would walk up on stage, and he would say, hey, what's going on? What's going on in your life and your business? Okay, let's do this thing. He called it the peace process. And so while they were doing it and he was asking them questions, I was pretending, in real life, kind of pretending, but actually doing it, that I was getting asked the same questions. And I followed along, and I did this thing called the peace process. Well, people on film were having it done. And Jen was like, really quickly, like, what are you doing? Because that's when our business started to take off. It's like more people were finding me on YouTube, and a doctor from Bellingham had found me and wanted to send me people, and he did send me people. And the funny thing about him is it was one of those matrix kind of experiences. He was quoting, he says, yeah, do you do Feldenkrais, which is a type of movement therapy? And I thought, no, I used to have Feldenkrais practitioners in my office in San Diego. And he started quoting some stuff. Well, I'm looking at your website, and he was quoting stuff from a website from San Diego that had been turned off. And I'm like, okay. So it gets kind of weird when you play in this world. And so what I want to do right now is go straight to healing. And the way it works is I'm going to work with one person or two people if you're on the same thing. And whenever I ask questions, just imagine like I'm asking you, because I am, whether you're watching live or later, and then follow along with this really simple process. It's some of you already know it. You've been with me for quite a while. And even so, it's good to do it with somebody. So it's something that I do every single day, and it's turned into a way of life where I do it all day long in different ways. There's ways to turn it into an all day long way of living, way of being thing. We're going to do it in a real specific way right now. And what we're looking for is what you really want, like your vision, your goals, what you really, really want. What is that all about? And then clear anything that's in the way of that. Or is it your plan? Like you don't know what to do, or is it some obstacle is in the way, or somebody in your family, you just like get really irritated when something happens, or we're going to see where you're stuck. And I'm going to use all my ability to access this information of where's the thing in you that we shift this thing, and then it shifts things for you in your life. And so that's where we're going to go. So everybody that I work with, we're going to work with everybody that wants to get one-on-one work. And if you don't want to be like on camera, it's okay. Just do it as if you're with me, because you are. And we're just going to start. Does that sound good? Everybody ready? Okay, lots of talking, but I wanted to kind of set that up. So I'd like to go to Tessa and Leah first, upper right-hand corner in my little screen. So let's see. Yeah, and if you don't want to do it, just say no, Ralph, I'm good. I'll do it on my own. So yeah, so give me some data. What would whoever wants to go first, and let's hear from both of you. And what would you like? And thanks for the messages ahead of time for some of you, because it's like I'm already I've got an idea, but yeah, give me some. Tell me what's going on.
I do it all the time.
Whoever wants to go first.
Me? Okay. Yeah, so I sent you some information before, but my main concerns are my vision. I had vision problems from a surgery I had last summer, and then also some vaccine issues with the travel restrictions, because I travel, and I'm just kind of worried about how that's going to come into play. So, yeah.
Okay. So you haven't had the vaccine.
I have not, no, but I'm trying to get myself back to Europe where I normally am, and I think it's going to be a problem if I don't get it. So.
Okay. And vision. Okay. And how does your vision, like, what would you like to tell me about how your vision is? What's going on with your vision?
I just have some vision issues, like dryness and haziness in this left eye that I've been trying to work through for a while. So.
Oh, okay. I'm going to just do things energetically first. And it's interesting, the email I just sent you guys has some stuff that definitely I want you to do. So let's just check in. Are you okay? Vision, dry eyes, dry eyes, COVID, travel, Europe. Yeah, because the information in there is good. Let me get a little more data. Are you doing anything? Are you gluten-free?
Not as much as I normally am, but I'm at home and things are kind of traveling a little bit and things are a little different, but I should.
Okay. That'd be good. Okay, and then I put a bunch of Qigong exercises that are really powerful, and a breathing thing that's really powerful. It's in the email I just sent you. We got it all right here. Okay, and what's the thing that's causing the most angst, or what feels like the biggest thing that gets you right now?
I mean, definitely like my vision issues are a problem. So that.
And how does it show up? Like what, tell me about your vision.
Well, I had like LASIK eye surgery last summer, and I've just had issues with it ever since then. So it's gotten a little better since then, but I've just like immediately had issues, and they've not completely gone away yet. So.
Is it mostly dryness then?
No, it's like, well, it's mostly haziness in the eye, but it's also dry. I have to use drops and things to keep it from irritating me all the time.
And that really
but it's like a blurry vision in that left eye.
Well, let's see if there's any peace process stuff to do. So I'm going to play over here with what we do. And now that you've thought about it, and you might have to, if you want to travel, they've been talking about that you need a vaccine and to get back to Europe, and your eye. Now that you've talked about it, scan your body with your attention and tell me what's happening in your body right now.
I would say like tension in my chest, kind of throat area.
Okay, so just keep your attention right there. Yeah, and so now stay out of your thoughts and keep your attention in that chest area. That's right. And just stay there. And everybody, whatever is up for you, whatever's going on in your life, whatever is causing you some angst, just let it go, and go inside your body and notice what's happening in your body and stay present to that. And yeah, stay there. That's right. That's right. Staying out of your thoughts. Yeah, staying in your body. not trying to change it. You're not trying to understand it. You're not trying to fix it. You're just noticing what's happening. That's right. That's right. Yeah. All the classes I've taken and everything I've done, this is, I'd say this is the most powerful technique. And it's so funny because it's not a technique. It's just, you're just noticing what's happening in your body and you're staying present to that. That's right. Great. Notice the most intense part of the most intense part. And put your finger on the most intense part. And if the most intense part is in the back of your body, touch the front of your body and just point to it. Or if it's kind of a far away place that would be hard to reach, just point right to the epicenter of that. And just stay present to it. Tune in even deeper. That's right. What's happening in your body right now?
Like the tightness isn't in my chest, but there's like a weird kind of sharp pain like in my ribs on the right side.
Yeah. And if you can reach it, touch it. And if you can't reach it, comfortably just point right to it and stay present to that. So yeah, you're following the most intense part. And it might move just a few millimeters or it might move more than that like it just did. And you just notice where it is. That's right. That's right. And for those of you that have been with me a while, it's like, well, I already know this technique, Ralph. It's like, that's okay. And I was in a class, Instant Miracle Mastery Level 2, and 514 people on it for 4 days, 10 hours a day of us noticing what's happening in our body. And even though I knew the technique, it was about being in that presence of like, kind of like right now, like with all of us doing this thing, there's a power in this, of all of us being totally present to what's happening in our bodies. Yeah. And even though I knew the technique and I did it every day and do it all day long, when I was the first one called I was one of the lucky ones that got to be called to get worked on live. And there was a power in that, even though I knew the technique, like it's really simple. What's happening in your body? But with someone guiding me and with all these people doing that, what's happening in your body? Really powerful. There you go. What's happening in your body right now, Leah?
It seems to have cleared up both areas. Yeah, maybe a little bit in my throat, but it's better.
Okay, and so a little something in the throat? Yeah, if there's a little something in your throat, touch that. That's right. Yeah, I'm going to upload something into your source code. It's like computer kind of talk, it's into the Leah source code of, and I'm not sure exactly how the words are, but it's about, I'll see if I can figure out how to say it. Yeah, how is You are infinitely important. What's happening in your body right now?
I mean, it's feels much better, but I can't pinpoint anything specific.
Okay, so nothing you're noticing right now?
Yeah.
Okay, when you think of traveling and how to get to Europe, and there's this whole vaccine thing going on, does it bring up any angst right now?
Well, it's just, yeah, some stress because I'm supposed to only be here in the US for 6 weeks and supposed to be going back at the end of June, but there's just a lot up in the air as far as whether I'll be able to get in without the vaccine or even with it. But it's just like stress to like make decisions around
Yeah,
the life that I do.
I'm glad you're here. So now go inside your body and tell me what's happening in your body right now.
I say still throat stuff.
Okay, so while I go to the next person, keep your finger on that and just stay present to that. Bring your full presence to whatever the physical sensation is, staying out of your thoughts. I'll check it back in with you in a little bit and staying in your physical body. You're doing big work for everybody and for you. Yeah, keep present to that. So let me check in with Tessa. Tessa, I know a lot of the stuff you're working on. Anything you want to say about what what's going on, like your vision for your life, moving or not moving, or what you're doing, or physical stuff, or tell me what's going on that you'd like to shift today.
Yeah, thanks. Yes, so I feel stuck here where I'm living, and I would like to be somewhere else, somewhere where I could enjoy nature and feel like things weren't toxic, just in the environment, but also emotionally. I did an inner child meditation last night, and something surfaced that was about belonging. So the idea of like a family or relationships, and something about feeling like I don't belong, or just how to feel belonging and have healthy relationships in my life. Then like physically, I've been having like some pelvic pain. So I feel like that's connected. I feel like abandonment and physical stuff is possibly connected in some way.
So I'm gonna work on it now. Now you tell me what's happening.
Yeah.
Give me a little where's the sensation in your body?
Yeah, it's like lower back, like sacrum area.
Okay, so put your attention there, and if you want to, you can point to it from the front and keep your attention right on the most intense part of the most intense part. And I already noticed something, so I'm going to play with this. Yeah. So sometimes I don't like to talk too much because I want to keep you really focused on what's happening in your body, but it's also kind of fun to talk, but I just don't want you to get distracted. So keep your attention right in the most intense part of the most intense part. Okay. And then we have Leah. Imagine where you want to be. Like you want to be in Europe somewhere. Imagine where you really, 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 really want to be. And then Tessa, imagine if you have a physical place, you can visualize what it would be, even if you're not sure. It's just a feeling of like, oh, it's this feeling. Like it's kind of like marketing. There's a little video. I'll share it with you guys. Basically, a trail video about Bellingham, Washington, and it's from the shoe company Hoka, and it's beautiful. And I run in those areas all the time, and it showed this guy running through. It's when we lived out by the mountain, and I just really want to live in Bellingham. And so there's this little stream and a little bridge, and I was like, oh, I want to live like that. And it was more like the lifestyle, like this guy, he was describing his life in Bellingham, and I knew the little running store was right there, and the trails are right there, and it was a feeling I wanted. It was a feeling. And so I bought these Hokas, and they weren't the right shoes, but I bought them because I wanted the feeling of this guy running across this bridge. And now I get to run across it anytime I want. So Leah and Tessa and anyone else that wants a different place to live, imagine where you really want to live, the feeling of that. Yeah. And then let go and go inside your body and notice what's happening in your body. You guys are awesome. Everybody, man, powerful group. What's happening in your body right now, Tessa?
Yeah, the sensation in like the lower spine, sacrum, kind of shifted to the left side a little bit.
Okay, so just stay in there.
It's like an ache.
Yeah, there you go. Let's show up another way. Let that go. And where is the most intense part right now?
It is like between my sacrum and my left hip.
Okay. Stay with it. Notice the most intense part of the most intense part. And out of your thoughts, staying in your physical body. Feel like doing something. Keep on it. Check in with everybody. I'm going to check in with everybody again. So just stay on it. Let's see. I could start just calling people, or what? I don't want to like. Let's see. It's Jeff. Looking for the next awesome job. Oh, cool. Leilani and Lucas need to get along better than Lisa and Jeff. Okay. I feel like working with you guys. Where are you guys? Is that you guys? Yes, thank you so. Yeah. Hey, Lisa, hey, Jeff.
How you doing?
Good, good, good. Let's see. Let me just turn. I know you guys.
Lisa says feels great.
Awesome. Yeah, this one feels real. They all feel great. These Sunday sessions. This one feels especially big. I think I'm going to bring out Jeffrey's thing. Jeffrey, do you have your cool thing? Okay. I'm going to just do this. Let me see if I can. So Jeffrey's got something cool. I'm going to see if I think I might go find it on my desktop and activate something. Feels like we need some magic. Like we have magic. We're doing magic. I just want to bring in even more magic. let's see, because you guys do this work all the time, and it's so good. And then just go get this thing. Here we go. Okay, you guys, here goes. Let's do something magic. Okay. Okay, so this is, I don't even know what this is, but we're gonna program it, and we're gonna put everything, all your hopes, your dreams, your desires, any of your, like your pleas, the sadness, the sorrow, the despair, stuff you want to get rid of, stuff you're just tired of, and just put it right in there. Your kids. It's so funny. Not to lock them up, just to like put them in there. Oh wow. It's so funny. We're it's so uncertain times right now. I'll tell you a little bit. We have this beautiful house that we're renting, and we decided to check out of the scene and sell our house and just kind of like see what's going on because it was getting a little weird. And we had to, it looked like we were going to get to buy this house, and now the landlords say they want the house, so we got to leave at the end of July. In a really, really, really tight housing market in Bellingham, Washington. And so we're looking and looking, and our realtor found a place, like we're thinking, are we renting some more, or are we buying some more? And so we saw this house up on Puget Hill overlooking Bellingham Bay, and with a big backyard and big trees. And I'm like, oh, you guys, we get this house. I've driven by it a couple times, and it was right next to trails and everything. And I said, we'll build a tree house, and we'll get a dog and a cat. And I was already sold. Be careful about marketing, right? So I walk in, and Jen is like, I smell something. And I'm like, oh, look at this. This is great. And I was like, okay, Jeff, let's just make it happen. Let's buy it now. I barely walked in. And then Jen is like, I smell something. We went in the basement, smell something. And she finally convinced me. She got kind of irritated and was like, Ralph, this house smells. And so then we left, and sure enough, for the next couple hours, we felt icky. And it's like, yeah, there was something going on. Yeah. So I don't know what that's about. But there's so much uncertain times. And so we're going to go to trust. There's people that want houses, the people that want to sell houses, the kids, the lockdown, the idea of like a vaccine. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just going to play with this field, Jeff. And stay inside your body. And Lisa, stay inside your body. Lucas and Leilani, stay inside your body. Yeah. Notice what's happening in your body. Stay present to that. Yeah. And I'm going to, there's something here, it's in a story. So I'll just tell this story. And it's not like it's to figure it out or like, oh, this was to fix this. It's like, it's just, Matrix is funny. Matrix Energetics was born out of a story. Richard Bartlett was really, 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 really tired, and he was taking naturopathic classes in Seattle, but he was working in Montana, and it was the end of a long day, and a little girl had come to see him, and she couldn't, she had a lazy eye, so one eye was crooked. And the mama traveled a long ways to see Richard, and he was just really, really tired. And he just started hallucinating, and then he just started telling a story because he saw this, one of the episodes of the TV show Superman, and he started telling the story, and then he saw Superman touch her on the head, and so he touched her on the head, and then she was healed. And it was like, what is that? And all he did was tell a story. So we don't know all the stuff of what's going on. But I'm going to just notice what's happening. Yeah, Lisa and Jen. And the kids. And the grandma. And everybody else. Oh, I know what the story I was going to tell. So, Yeah, it's like a gratitude thing. It's like a being really, really present. So just notice what's happening right now in your body. You don't want to miss it. This is the moment. I think this is the story I'll tell. There's a really good book called The Surrender Experiment. Really highly recommended. Michael A. Singer. So while everybody keeps their attention to what's happening in their body, I'll tell you this. You know, I can email it to you too. But The Surrender Experiment, Michael A. Singer, and he was a guy that just wanted to meditate, and he didn't want to finish grad school, and but he somehow was really good with computers way back in the 70s or 80s, whenever Texas Instruments was first coming out, and he started like writing code and developing stuff, and he came up with a software company that was used by doctors for billing, and it was growing really fast. But along the way, he just wanted to meditate. So he had taken some time off and he had gone to Mexico, and he was meditating on a hill and doing this. If you read his books, it's like he's doing a peace process. It's like, what's happening in your body? And so there he was with his eyes closed on a mountain or a hill. And all of a sudden he heard some horses come up and some guys talking Spanish. And he thought, oh my God, my friends are right. The banditos are going to kill me. And so there he was, and he could have opened his eyes and he could have seen if he's going to get killed or not. And he thought, well, I don't want to miss this moment. So he was like, just, he was feeling total terror. And he thought, well, I don't want to miss this moment. So he kept his eyes closed and he finished his peace process until he felt at peace. And the whole time the horses are, doing their breathing, and these guys are talking Spanish. And he opens his eyes, and it was these migrant worker kind of guys, and they took him into their house and they fed him food, and that was it. And along the way, he built a $1 billion company. And then the FBI raided his company, and we're going to put him in jail. They did put him in jail, and they were investigating him for Medicare fraud. And they had been doing a big sting operation, and the whistleblower was the guy that was actually stealing the money, and it was his employee. And so during this whole process, what he did was he went inside and he did peace process. I don't want to miss this experience. This is like big, I'm about to go to jail. I'm about to lose my $1 billion company. And so he stayed inside his body and he noticed what he noticed. And then he was exonerated, and now he's friends with Tony Robbins, and he goes around talking about do this thing. He doesn't call it peace process. He calls it surrender, or noticing who is noticing. Yeah, so notice what you're noticing right now. So during these COVID times, during the lockdown, during these really unreasonable things they're doing to kids, during all sorts of uncertainty, what might it be like to not miss a drop of it? Just to notice it. And notice what's happening in your body. And then put a continuous button on for you. So that if it's like, if you lose everything, if it all works out, that there's part of you that's noticing what you're noticing, so you don't miss it. It's the Fight Club scene. If you guys ever watched the movie Fight Club, very brutal movie. But wow, that's so funny. This is the second time during the session that Brad Pitt has shown up. So I'm going to put Leah and Tessa in the Thelma and Louise car. We're going to put a big balloon on it so that when you go up the cliff, you float over to where you want to go. And then Lisa and Jeff, we're going to have the Fight Club scene, and I'm going to just move this pattern. Yeah. Yeah, so Lisa and Jeff, how's it going over there? Are you able to stay inside your body right now?
Yeah. Lisa's feeling it more than I am. But...
Okay, that's okay. I'm going to take a little, I don't even like essential oils. I'm going to take, I'm going to take an essential oil out of this green thing and move it 12 dimensions over. And there's Brad Pitt again, the 12 Monkey movie. I wonder why Brad Pitt is showing up over and over again. Oh, yeah. I wonder. I don't know if you guys have heard the story of Brad Pitt, but when he was starting out, he was like the Oscar Mayer Wiener drive around guy. It's like that's what he was doing. Okay, so crazy talk. Let me check in with everybody. So hang in there, Jeff. I'll check in with you in a second. And if Lisa wants to say anything, she can. I feel like going to Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Hi, Ralph.
Let's do something big. Not that this is already big. Let's do something big. Let's guide everybody through this. Just without thinking, just follow along with us, you guys. So let's put one hand wherever you want to put it, and the other hand wherever you want to put it. And Jeffrey and I will guide you. And on 3, 2, 1, drop into your heart and experience the most joyful place or thing or event that you have. It could be a vacation spot. It could be hanging out at a bar, smoking cigarettes with your friends. It could be running. It could be horseback riding. It could be anything. So let's take another pebble from your head and let it drop into your heart space on 1, 2, 3. And we have a lot of matrix practitioners here. Let's take all of us and then matrix energetics, seminar state, seminar experience. Activate. Yeah, there's a Diane Brown novel. It might be Angels and Demons. They talk about spiders in the computer world that the government has this thing like spiders. They go out and they check and see like you can put like 2 or 3 words in, and if it's been in any text message or any kind of like correspondence somewhere, they'll find all the references for like, oh, we want to find out when this, and this are talked about in the same conversation. We're going to use spiders to go out as copies of you to do all your work so that by the time you show up, it's done. Activate. Yeah. Okay, we're going to put so me, Jeffrey, we're going to go to the side porch of my old house, 415 West University Avenue, San Diego, California. And activate a matrix energetic seminar state experience. Just showing up again, so I'm going to say it. So I used to walk 7 minutes to work, and I always, I would do this numerous times. I would see these guys, these older guys sitting at the Starbucks, and they were obviously retired and just chit-chatting, and they had the newspaper, and I was like, oh God, what a life, man. It just looks so chill. And I kept thinking, well, I should enjoy myself, because there's not going to be, I'm not going to walk this 7 minutes to work the rest of my life. You know, I thought I was going to go many, many more years, but it was like, even then I was like, I should enjoy this. And when we were out at Maple Falls, and we were in a place, and there was, I would walk in this place out there. It was pretty, but I felt so stuck, because I felt like I want to be in Bellingham next to the trails and this life here. And we was having a hard time selling the house. And I'm like, God, I don't want to just die out here. And now I look back on it and go, oh God, that was kind of fun to walk through all those trails out there in the middle of nowhere. So I'm going to activate a being totally present, and you don't want to miss a single drop of this moment in time. Yeah, and we're getting a Harry Potter kind of thing, like Hermione and Ron and Harry Potter having the time of their lives. Okay. Okay, let's do this, you guys. So all your hopes, your dreams, your obstacles, your stuff, whatever's going on, we've got a huge, powerful group here. And I'm going to take this with Jeffrey and with you guys, and we're going to move it from here to here. And we're going to do something for our friend Diana, who had been dealing with a migraine. Let's just blow that out. And what was Diana's, she had a client that used to pay her like $9,000 for like a month or something, or what was that one client?
Oh, she'd do this blowout session for, I think it was a 90-minute session, and she did it for like, I don't know, $2,500 for a 90-minute session.
Oh, I thought it was even more. Okay. Okay, thank you, Jeffrey. Well, Jeffrey's playing with me. I'm going to go to Katerina, Kate. One of the Kates here. There's two Kates here. The other Kate is next. We're going to go longer. Kate, how's it going?
Hi, Ralph. I don't know actually. I'm still looking for a job, and I can't find one. But on the other hand, I somehow feel very calm. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and you've had different versions that you've been trying to do, and you could go back and work in a system, but you don't still want to work in that system anymore, right?
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's true, but the situation is like I need a job at this point, so I don't have a choice.
Okay, so are you gonna go? You want anything you want to say about what you're up to, where you're going, or what's going on? You don't have to share stuff if you don't want to share stuff.
Yeah, actually, at this time point, I don't want to share.
Okay, but you brought it up now. So now by that I mean it's like it's up front and center. So now what's happening in your body right now?
I feel that my left arm is sort of a little bit stiff.
Yeah. And what else is going on in your body? Okay. So now just stay inside, that's okay. Stay inside your body and notice the most intense part. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna 2-point you to my friend Heidi. Smartest woman we know. Yeah. And I'm gonna put you right out on her land. Right here. Yeah, stay in your body. Stay present to the most intense part. Let's see, so all of these are different options. We're gonna go right here, and here goes. Stay inside your body. Notice what's happening in your body. Let's see. Yeah, stay in your body. Notice what's happening in your body. Very good. Yeah, anybody that has digestive stuff or autoimmune stuff, what I'm noticing is all this bacteria in the colon and moving it over here, and then we're bringing in new bacteria into your colon with consciousness right there, right behind your belly button. And let's activate that. Yeah. Yeah. I had an image, a thought pop up of, I wonder what Ming Tong Gu is up to these days, or how he feels about stuff. And wow, interesting. I'm going to 2 people here. What's happening in your body right now, Kate?
I feel very calm. I have like no special feelings.
Okay, you're doing great. Yeah, it's showing up like and it's not like I have to say things to like explain it, but it's kind of fun just to say what you see in Matrix Energetics World. Yeah, interesting. So interesting. So I got a friend. Actually, she was my best man, Martha, and she was the first one in her family born in the United States because they came from Cuba. And her dad was a doctor, pediatrician in Cuba, but then he had to come here and get retrained all the way up. And he's like in his upper 80s now. I think he might be retiring finally. So they made lots of sacrifices and they left their homeland and then they started their life in the United States. And Martha used to get all sorts of, she worked for Monsanto, if you can imagine that. And she had a little tote bag that said Monsanto on it, and she would take it to the farmer's market in San Diego, and people would just blast her for like, you got a Monsanto bag? And she's like, what? And I mean, she's like, you know, anyway. I got that, and then we got her dad from Cuba. He was so funny. Whoa. And he didn't trust anybody. He had money stashed in his mattress. And so she would, you know, go to the East Coast to visit, and she'd call us and it's like, how do you transport $10,000 on an airplane? And so we would have to call our friend Greg, who knows everything, and in an instant he would say, okay, here's what you do. And so he had all this planned. So we had Martha working for Monsanto. And then we have Ming Tong Gu. Ming Tong Gu has a cool story. He had to leave China because the Chinese government had shut down the medicinalist hospital and put Pang Ming under arrest, his grandmaster, Qigong master. And so nobody got to see Pang Ming anymore. And all these high-level master Qigong teachers fled, and he ended up in San Diego. And he was just living out of his car and doing stuff for $5 a person in San Diego when he started. The place he's at now, the qicenter.com, I actually had to look it up because I was like, this is beautiful. I went to visit. It was bought, he bought it for $3 million. It's like, isn't that crazy? Crazy cool. So we're gonna bring all these possibilities in for Kate. Kate and everybody. And let's just push this like this. Yeah. And I'm going to bring in the love blessing. Yeah. The power blessing. The abundance blessing. So one of the things that's cool about Matrix Energetics is you can make up your own rules. And Kristen Michelson went and spent $100,000 and a week or two or so in India with this guru. And this guru did 3 blessings on Christian and touched the top of his head. So then Christian did it for all of us. And then I'm a Matrix practitioner. So and a lot of you guys are, now you're deputized. So we know that that's done. It's possible. It's like a thing. So let's, I'm going to put my hands on your head and install the love blessing, the power blessing, the abundance blessing. And then we're going to activate it and keep it just like a fire burning, noticing every drop of your life, like whatever's happening, noticing what's happening in your body right now and staying present to that. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Okay, let me check in. You're doing great. I'm going to check in with the other Kate. Whew.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, Kate.
Hi, Ralph.
How's it going?
Good.
Good. What you would like? What would be useful for you today?
Kind of what you were touching on with the other Katerina.
Awesome.
But some of that was kind of applying to me, but I could tell, I don't know, something switched where I could tell my breathing started to like go more normal, like earlier on before that. But now I just have like this pain in my lower rib cage.
Okay.
So it feels related to breathing.
For breathing, okay. And yeah, let's do this first. Let me just check in with your peace process, because that's the most. Yeah. So this is like the cliff notes of the peace process. Whatever's bugging you, whatever's going on. There's other ways to use it. One powerful way is whatever's bugging you, whatever's in the way, whatever pushes your buttons. You notice it, kind of think about it for a bit, and then you go in your body and you notice what's happening in your body, and then you just stay inside your body. So is there? Let's just check in. Is there anything, you can say it or not say it, that's kind of up for you, like some obstacle or something that's causing angst or something?
Yeah.
You got it? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it a little bit. Think about what's going on with it, what it means. Think about if it got worse. It never went away. Think about how it's impacted you in your life. And then let that go for a moment. And now go inside your body. What's happening in your body right now?
It feels a lot calmer.
Yeah, and is there any part that feels not calm or feels any tension?
My head.
What do you feel in your head?
Like as you just kept going on, the symptoms kept going up all the way into like my whole head.
Okay.
Like from breathing to that, my whole body.
Okay, yeah, so keep your attention in that. It's kind of a funny thing to like think of worst case scenario. It's a really powerful way to clear stuff, is like really get it boiling a bit, and then stay out of your mind, and then go into your physical body, and now stay present to the most intense part in your head. I'm going to give us something in a minute about breathing. It's real powerful. For right now, stay in your physical body and notice the most intense part. And if you can, put your finger right on it. And if it's hard to reach, you can do it in your imagination. And stay present to the most intense part. The most intense part of the most intense part. And follow it. Stay very present to what's happening. That's right. So I want you just to do that. I'm going to take everybody else through a process and I'll have you go through this process. For you right now, though, I want you just to keep your attention fully on the most intense part of the most intense part. How's your focus on it? Are you able to focus right on it?
It's another issue I have is focusing. So my focus was better earlier on and
Okay,
a little harder.
Yeah, then I'm going to stay right with you. So yeah, point to it from the front. If it's on the back side of your head, point to it from the front and get real precise. Like your whole job is to stay totally present to the most intense part of the most intense part and follow it. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, stay present to that. What's happening in your body right now?
It's going down my back, but I have other parts of my body that are like flaring up.
Okay. And out of all the parts that you're noticing, where's the most intense part right now?
My big toe.
Big toe, isn't that funny? The right one or the left one?
On my left one or my right.
Okay. Put your finger, put your attention right on that big toe.
My finger or my attention. Sorry.
Yeah, your attention. That's like a long ways away. So we'll just put your unravel this. Flip it. What's happening in your body right now?
Feels like stuff's just like moving better down my back. Like I could just feel it. On the left side, the right side, not as much.
And out of all the spots, where's the most intense part right now?
I have to say, like sternum.
Sternum, okay. Put your finger right on that spot and get very curious, where is it? And follow it. That's the most intense part of it. That's the most intense part of the most intense part. That's right. Stay present to it. I'm going to check in with Yolanda and see how she's doing. And just keep going. I'm going to check with everybody, get everybody like making sure everybody's cooking good. So Yolanda, if you want to chat, you can, or you can stay silent and just keep doing it on your own.
Sure.
What? You're in two places. Oh, your screen went here and then it went over here.
Oh, oh, that's funny. Hi, thank you.
Yes, yes. So how is it going? And yeah, how's it going?
It's going okay. This is really, really good. It's interesting and it's good. I'm following along with everyone, and pain is moving through, and I'm feeling something. So thank you.
You're welcome. Let's do this. Let me just see. Vision, plan, schedule. Yeah, let's do this. Now, words do count, but I'm just going to stop. What would you like to work on right now? If something were to change for you in this next moment, And you don't have to share it verbally if it's like, you can just keep it in your heart. I just want you to tune into it or share anything you want to share about, like, because we have a very powerful group, and you've done big things over the last 24, 48 hours. So you're in an awesome spot. So what would you like to shift?
Well, my two biggest things right now are multiple chemical sensitivity. And also I injured my hand and wrist about a couple months ago, and it's very slow healing. So I was hoping maybe to get a little healing energy over there.
And which hand is it?
The right.
And can you test it? Like, is there something that you can kind of see? Oh yeah, there it's hurting.
You know what? It just depends. It's different. Like twisting, I can feel it. I can still feel in certain moves. It's like
Is it something you can reproduce right now to like test it, or is it just like it just happens?
No, because if I do it like this now, everything seems fine.
Okay.
I need to kind of put pressure on something or.
Okay. Let's do this. Let's I'm gonna put you to do this peace process, and I'm gonna work on your wrist and your chemical sensitivities. Whew. So let's see. Think of your deepest desire. Like if you had a genie and the genie was like, just tell me what you want. Just think of that. And let me know when you have that.
Okay.
Okay. And now let go, by that I mean let go of your thoughts and go inside your body and tell me what's happening in your body right now.
I'm feeling this kind of in the chest, it's not a like super sharp pain, but it's like a sharp kind of intermittent pain every once in a while. I think it's digestion related.
Okay, put your attention on that. And if it comes and then it goes, keep your attention on wherever it is or wherever it was, and just stay present to whatever's happening in there, noticing what's happening. And just stay in there with your physical attention. That's right. Yeah, and this is for anyone with chemical sensitivity. And notice the most intense part of whatever's going on, Yolanda, whatever you're feeling in your body, notice the most intense sensation. And follow it. Notice where it is. And notice what's happening. That's right. And where is the most intense part right now?
Now I have some pain in the right hand, like in the lower thumb area.
Okay, notice that and just stay present to it. You're not trying to change it or understand or fix it. You're just noticing it. So stay present to it. That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I think his name's Jing Li. He was in a book by Claude Swanson. I actually met Claude Swanson in a matrix class. He's a physicist. Oh my goodness. And he studied all these healing techniques, prana healing and matrix energetics and qigong, all sorts of stuff. And he was studying science, and he was a physicist and quantum physics guy. And he wrote 2 books, The Synchronized Universe and and I heard him speak at one of the matrix energetics classes. He was taking the class, and Richard brought him up, and he talked about physics and healing and stuff. It's really a good book, The Synchronized Universe. There's 2 of them. And it was his dream to write this book. And yet he was a physics guy. I think he actually borrowed money from his dad or something. And he could have just stayed working as a physics guy. But he did this thing. And I guess he probably interviewed the guy. Jing Li, I think is his name. Out of the Bay Area in San Francisco, and Penn State was doing research. And so they had these certain kinds of cancer cells, and they put them in little petri dishes, and they had them in a lab in different shelves. And so then they told Jing Li, I'm pretty sure that's his name, in the Bay Area, they said, okay, do your Qigong healing and just get the ones on this shelf, not the other shelf. So he did his Qigong stuff. And then sure enough, those cancer cells died. So then they did it again and said, okay, get these cancer cells. And sure enough, those died. And they kept doing these different experiments like this. And at some point, it got to the point where whenever they put the cancer cells in the room, they just started to die. So we're bringing in Jing Li. And I gotta go find my book. I think that's his name. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we're gonna go, I'm getting a, it's okay. It's okay. Really, 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 it's okay. Letting go of criticism, complaining, judging, or blaming yourself, and especially yourself. And go through your chromosomes. Yeah, so we're restoring chromosomal integrity, the shape of chromosomes, the mobility. There's a little, they call it motility. They move. Restoring that. And we're going to activate it with singing. Messages with water guy. Your GI tract, and then your spinal cord and your brain, top of your head. And there's like a torsion field of everything. I'm going to just harmonize you to that. Okay. And I'm going to show you guys something. It's in the resource link that I sent you right at the top of the hour. It's in your email. And we're going to do 3 minutes of this one breathing technique. So in fact, I really want you to feel it. So just take a moment. Just take a moment, and everybody just walk around just for a little bit. See how you feel, and see how your feet feel on the ground, and see how your hips move. You've done just a little bit just to see where you're at, and you're probably already different from the session. Just kind of see how your feet feel, and I'm going to show you a real powerful thing. Come on back. Okay, and then keep your lips together. Let your tongue be on the roof of your mouth, and we're going to breathe in and out for 3 minutes, as deep as you can in, and as deep as you can out. So all the way in, all the way out. And since we're sitting here like this, let's open and close your hands so that when you breathe in, you open your hands. And when you breathe out, you let your hands come together. And just breathe in as deep as you can and out as deep as you can. Just through your nose, your lips are together. So go ahead. That's right. All the way in, all the way out. That's right. 70% of your detox happens out of your lungs. Lips stay together, and then breathing all happens out of the nose. I'll do one more minute. In and as deep out. Yeah. I was taking that Instant Miracle Mastery class, level 2, and I didn't learn anything new as far as like a new technique. It was being in the presence of all those people doing this process, this peace process. And I took Matrix Energetics at least 35 times, and it wasn't to learn another technique. He didn't teach us new techniques. It was like it was being in the presence of whatever that is. Yeah. So it's really powerful to be in everybody's presence doing this thing. Okay, now just walk around and see how your feet feel on the ground and your hips, and just see what you notice. Oh, Sequoia's leaving. Okay, bye, Sequoia. Frequency 14, Jeffrey, thank you. I'm going to take a little slinky and let it go down the stairs. And your wonderful destiny, you couldn't stop it if you wanted to. Installing that activity. Jobs, the opportunities, healing. So what did you guys notice with your walking? What did you notice here, London?
It was nice and easy and it felt balanced.
Isn't that amazing? I've been playing with this, and it's really powerful. Jen actually read a book by James Nestor called Breath or something. And I got to go through and look at the research around it all, but she's been giving me the cliff notes. So I've been trying it, and it's been really powerful. The lungs are 70% of your detox. That's what I've known from the medical intuitive work I do. So that's powerful just for that, just 70% of your detox. So getting your lungs to open and then relax, and breathing in and out through your nose is really powerful. In fact, I want you to do one more thing just to try this. Walk around breathing in and out through your nose, and then walk around breathing in and out through your mouth. Just try that, you guys. And notice what your hips feel like. I want you to feel this. Yeah, notice the difference between how your hips feel when you breathe in and out through your nose compared to when you breathe in and out through your mouth. What did you notice, Yolanda?
It's more anxiety with the mouth breathing.
Isn't that amazing? Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I've been running with my lips closed, except when I run with this one fast group that I just got to breathe with everything I got. But the rest of the time I breathe with my lips closed and in and out through my nose, even on the mountain trails and stuff. And I got to walk some because it's a little harder. My lungs go like this really big because I'm restricting it just through my nose. And so then I'm running along and I feel my hips really loose and I feel really light and my feet are touching the ground really nicely. And then I breathe in through my mouth and my hips get tight and I'm kind of glued to the earth more. And so then I go back to my nose and it's like, wow, my hips are looser and my legs work better. So I tried that a few times and it's like, oh my God, this is powerful. And there's a lot of research and old Tibetan breathing things and yogi breathing things that Jen's telling me about. And I gotta do the research myself. She's been telling me this stuff. And so I've been practicing it on my body and it's really powerful. Now I have a client from, I won't say where he's from, but he had first week of life, first couple weeks, he was on a respirator and he's in his 70s now. He's been seeing me. And so I had him start to do this and he does all the homework I give him. And his face was a little bit, nobody would notice. It's like, but it was like, okay, it was pulled in. I can see stuff that was kind of pulled in. He's been doing this version of breathing that he just did, and his whole face structure is different. So they did studies with these monkeys and they put silicone implants in so that they couldn't breathe into their nose. So then they're breathing out through their mouth. And they became more OCD. They had all these behavioral problems. They had all sorts of chronic illnesses. And so then after weeks or months, they took the silicone implants out. And also the other thing that happened was their face got really constricted. Like they looked like, and so then they took them out and they started breathing through their nose again and the structure of their face opened up again. And so, when we're thinking of like doing stuff in business or life, it's like, if your face is open, there's a lot of goodness to that. And if you've got chemical sensitivities and all sorts of stuff, then it's like, there's a reason, you kind of compressed in to protect you. And I still don't like to be around chemicals. I have got issues around that myself. Yet this is good. So, but anyway, the breathing thing, just do, here's these 4 things that I want us all to do. And I put it in an email to you guys already. It's in your inbox. This peace process, what's happening in your body, and you just make it your thing. Every day you do some peace process, whatever's an obstacle, whatever's causing a problem, you dream about your dream life, what's going on, what do you do about the vaccine? It's like, then you go in your body and you just feel it, and you just feel it, and you just feel it. And hopefully you go to the end where it's done being felt and you don't feel it anymore. If you don't, it's okay. You just pick up where you left off the next day and you just make it this habit. So the peace process is like, it's the thing. And then I put something in there about gluten-free. So we'll go through in stages, and I'm going to be working with you more and more. So I'm just going to give you all the clip notes. 4 things: the peace process, and then gluten-free, 100%, the breathing thing, and then these real specific qigong things. So it's a whole program, and there's more stuff that you can do, and there's techniques, and we can work on things. And if I can just get you guys doing that part, it's really big. And so I put it in the resource page, and I realized it's like there's just a lot of stuff in that. So who wants to go through all of that? So that's the cliff notes of play with it, and then we'll meet every month and we'll do more peace process because that's powerful, and we'll do magic matrix stuff and just get you guys all in this like groove of stuff that I found with my clients and myself over the years of just what gets somebody healthy. So good work. Does that make sense? Okay, good. All right, I know we're going way over. I'm going to check in with Snow and Haven and Susan if she wants, and Donna and Walter. And then let's see. So Snow and Haven, I feel like saying "Cómo estás?" I don't know why. You probably don't speak Spanish.
Hello.
Hey.
I think today we are going to skip, but thank you so much for all your help.
Okay, I'm gonna give you little jump ropes, so you can.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Good. So good to see you. Let's see. Susan, do you want to say anything, Susan? And it's okay if you don't.
Actually, I'm doing really well. Thank you, Ralph.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, let me know if you need anything. Let me check with
Okay.
Walter. No, hang on. I'm gonna check with Donna. Women first. It's like maybe it's not politically correct. I'm gonna go women first. So, Donna, how's it going?
Good, Ralph. Thank you. It's been a very interesting healing session for sure.
Awesome.
And I love the imaginations, how you use the imagination. And that's a very interesting part of this that I find is that the more childlike that you can view this, look through this, it's sort of like Alice in Wonderland or something like that. Like, you know, what you see when you look down the hole, not the hole.
You just touched on it. You know this stuff. You're in our Atomic Success Secrets thing. So you know this stuff. That is that's the secret sauce. Like that's the secret sauce, to be like a child. Yeah, and children play, and they play for real, and they hallucinate out of their minds. So yeah, that's it. Good work. Yeah, it gets really fun. I have a story. I was doing a demo with Danielle and Brandon, two of my therapists in Del Mar, California, many years ago. And I did my demo on a guy. It was for Dr. Mark Kalina's group. There was like 25 or so of his clients, his patients. And he used to send people to us, and he would say, "I don't know what they do, just go see them." And he was so cool. And so I did my demo, and then I sat back on the treatment table, and Brandon had a little lady that was in it with a cane, and she was off the side, and she barely got up, and she went to the middle, and then he did his matrix stuff, and I was sitting in the back, and it's kind of like in your mind's eye, you kind of see something. It's not like I saw it. I kind of sort of saw it, and I saw a guy nobody else saw. It's like I just saw this guy in a trench coat walk up to her and open his trench coat and wiggle himself, and then close his trench coat and then walk back to the back of the room. And I'm just hallucinating. I'm like, well, that's interesting. And I just saw that. And so then she went and sat down, but she was moving much better. And so then Brandon said, "Well, you know what? You look better. Stand up now." And she just stood up and walked across the room without her cane and walked back. And so it's like there's something about hallucinating out of your skull. And so if you're taking Matrix and you're familiar with that kind of idea, and it's kind of like a little kid, like you watch a little kid play, and they are like in a whole other world. So that's it. And the more you hang out with me and Jeffrey and all of us here, the more you start to get it. And then if I can give you a few little words like, yeah, it's okay to hallucinate out of your skull. And it's not like you got to go do anything with it. It just kind of like fixes stuff. And so yeah, thanks, Donna.
You're welcome. And I like the way the stories play into it too, because it's sort of, if you're obsessing over something, like, when you get on here, and then by the time you're listening to the stories and really feeling along with you, it seems like flow, like easier than like you're trying to do it by yourself. And all the group is very powerful too. Yeah. And it was almost like when you were talking there, you let your slinky go down the stairs to see where it would stop for everybody. And mine turned out to be a really large slinky. And when it was going down the stairs, it was going like all different colors. And then when it stopped, all I could see was a very minute baby unicorn that was like the colors of the rainbow. And I was like, oh my gosh, see, I'm getting it, Ralph.
Yes, isn't that wild? I know. We're just gonna keep playing, you guys. This is good. I know. It's like we need it now more than ever.
Oh, exactly.
Good. All right. Well,
thank you.
You're welcome. Let me see how Walter is doing. Walter, last but not least.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. How is it going?
I'm okay. Sorry, everything's okay.
Yeah, and anything you want to work on right now? Anything like it's I know you tell me. Let's just say let's do this. Yeah, put everything you want to shift in my hand, and then and tell me when it's in there. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm gonna take. You've seen that movie, The Truman Show?
No.
You haven't? Oh, it's a good movie. Really good. You should watch The Truman Show. I'm gonna I've got Drew. What's his name? Jim Carrey. He's opening that door. Let's see what happens. It's funny. The door is kind of funny. It's funny. I wonder what we're gonna do with that. Is that bird in your place, Walter?
Can you hear that? It's outside.
Yeah, it sounds great.
It's out. Yeah, it's outside in the the trees.
Yeah. I'm gonna tune it out. This is interesting. I'm gonna give you some GABA. I'm gonna give you some GABA. And then get your thinking moving. What's happening in your body right now?
Actually, my body's actually pretty loose, really.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
my
Now,
usual.
okay. Let me see what I want to do. I've got a window down here. In Matrix, we use the word windows, and it's my give it to Hector and God window. I'm gonna give it to Hector and God. And I'm gonna open a little door or something. Yeah, I can open a little door, and I'm gonna give notice say I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I guess one of the big things now for me is just willingness to receive, deservedness, worthiness, willingness to receive. That's been a big, major issue.
Okay. One hand on your head, see on the back of your right shoulder, and one hand right here. Okay. Yeah. And then there's a little thing that I did. Wow. I do it on this. Let me think what I want to do. It feels good. So, yeah, let me know how it goes. It feels really good, Walter. I'm glad you're here. I'll send you a little message after this. And yeah, keep showing up, man. Keep showing
Okay,
up.
thanks.
You're welcome. Okay, you guys. Anybody have any other questions? I've got something to tell you a little bit, possibly. But so I'm gonna do it. Yeah. No, this just feels too good. I'm gonna just leave it like this. So I'll send you guys another message at some point. So good work. I'll see you guys in a month. Some of you I'll see you tomorrow. And really good. So good to see you. Yeah, awesome. Okay, bye you guys. See you soon. Send me emails. I'd like to get emails. Let me know what's going on.
Thanks, Ralph.
Thanks, Ralph.
Thank